Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to my hodgepodge of a channel. Today is going to be the second installment of my recently watched series. I'm going to call this Recently Watched Wednesday. And I'm just going to share with you some movies that I've watched recently and give you my opinions on them. I'm not a professional movie reviewer. I'm not a movie critic. I'm just sharing with you movies that I've watched and giving you my opinion on them as if we were friends or family and I was letting you know what I'd seen. If that sounds interesting to you, then I hope you'll keep on watching. And if you enjoy while you're watching, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and come back next week and I'll share some more. Alright, so movie time. I'm going to see how many I can do this week. I have got a long list of movies. I didn't think I watched that many movies, but this list keeps growing. I'm just going to start out with Triple Frontier, a movie on Netflix currently. Again, just like the last one, I'm going to read you the description and then give you my review. It's about 5 ex-Special Forces soldiers who attempt to rob and murder a South American drug lord. They steal $250 million and kill the drug lord and all of his men, and then they burn his house down. So, this one, it was okay. It was okay. The description sounded good. Something like, I like action crime thrillers. It's a favorite genre of mine. But I found it a little bit slow and a little more drama than action. I found myself annoyed with the plot, but I guess, that's all in the writing. But yeah, it just seemed a little bit boring. Me and my husband both agreed it was okay. Not one I'd watch again, but it was okay. 3.5 out of 5. The movie is Lou. It's a Netflix movie. It has Allison Janney in it, which she's a funny lady to me. She had a little bit more of a serious comedic role in Mom, which we watched for a while, but like all things, I quit watching because I don't know, I just can't stick with a TV show. So anyways, this one is an action and adventure movie. I'm gonna read the description. A mysterious loner living a quiet life with her dog battles the elements at her own dark past when a neighbor's little girl is kidnapped during a storm. Sounded good. Sounded really good. And again, I like Allison Janney, so I was gonna watch it purely for her, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan. My mom watched it and she liked it, but I thought it was slow. I thought it was boring. I just didn't like the storyline altogether. I didn't like it. I just wanted more action. I wanted more fighting, I guess, and there's a bit of a plot twist, and I didn't necessarily see it coming, but I wasn't like, oh my god, or anything like that. And so yeah, that's that one. 2 out of 5. I don't recommend. I don't recommend that one. I'd rather watch Triple Frontier than that one. So the next one is a recommend. We have a good one here, folks. It is a little bit of an older movie. It is like a psychological horror film. It's a 2009 movie, and I watched it on Netflix. So I'm going to read the plot here. Michael Harding returns home from military school to find his mother happily in love and living with her new boyfriend, David. And as the two get to know each other, the son and the stepfather get to know each other, Michael becomes more suspicious, and he just seems a little too good to be true. And that's how it unfolds. Like, he's like, I don't trust you, dude. What are you doing here with my mom? You got secrets. So the movie is Michael, the son, like, picking up on all these little nuances and lies. And the beginning of the movie opens up with a family being murdered. So this man is a bad man, and Michael is just trying to sort all that out and save his family. I really liked it. It's a good suspense movie. It's one of those on the edge of your seat suspense. You really, well, for me, I was nervous about, like, oh god, he's gonna get caught, oh god. It's one of those kind of tense movies, And this is a bad man. What's he going to do when he catches that he's snooping and he's kind of on to him? So I really liked it. It does have Amber Heard in it. If you're not a supporter of hers, which I get, but it is an older movie. It's not a new movie, but she is in it. It kept me engaged and like watching the whole time, and I just loved it. I really did. I thought it was a great watch. Totally recommend. Good storyline. And one that I do not recommend. I can't believe I watched the whole thing. This is a Tubi original. Now, normally I wouldn't watch an original movie. Like I said, I don't really watch Netflix originals until lately. I've been watching quite a few of them. But like a Tubi original, it's probably poor quality, bad acting, all that. But one of the stars was Joey Lawrence. And I was like, well, he's been around for the ages. Surely anything he's signed on to will probably be good, at least decent, No. he was the best actor in it, but the movie was shite. So anyway, the movie is called Swim. So this family goes to their little summer home, their summer beach house. There's a bad storm. It gets flooded. A shark ends up coming into their home, and they're trying to escape. First, I should have turned it off when I seen the shark. I love shark movies. I love them. But you got to get the shark right, or just the whole movie is crap if you don't have a good shark. And this shark was awful. Like, it wasn't even like an animatronic. It was full CGI, bad CGI, on top of the bad shark CGI. If it had a better budget, better actors, it could have had potential. But the actors were awful. It literally looked like they were, it was like they were reading their script, word for word. No, influx of, there was no acting. They were just reading scripts. I did watch the whole thing regretfully. I do not recommend. Don't waste your time. The next one is Luckiest Girl Alive, Netflix original, starring Mila Kunis, which I like her. So again, I was like, okay, we'll give it a go. It was okay. It was okay. I'm not gonna rewatch. It's not one I'd necessarily be like, hey, you should totally check this movie out. It was great. It was okay. So this one is about a woman in New York who seems to have her life together and everything under control, and then she's faced with trauma from her past, and it kind of makes her life unravel. But it's such a slow unravel that you kind of just like, come on, let's get on with it now. I'm a little bit bored. This is a little bit overdone. I mean, it is a tragedy that happens to her that she has to relive, but it's just too much. It's just really too much. It was interesting, but I wasn't necessarily like engaged and like on the edge of my seat or anything like that. It was definitely a drama, really drawn out. Wouldn't watch again. Wouldn't recommend. Moving on. Okay, another one I had hopes for because of the actor in it, but was let down. This one is called The Midnight Meat Train. I can't remember what platform I watched it on. It has Bradley Cooper in it, which is why I watched it. This was supposed to be a horror movie, and it was awful. So I couldn't even tell you the plot of it. I couldn't even tell you what it was supposed to be about because it was just nonsensical to me. I'll just tell you, or I'll just read it for you. So it's a photographer's obsessive pursuit of a dark subject matter leads him into the path of a serial killer who stalks late-night commuters, ultimately butchering them in the most gruesome of ways. It wasn't gory. I mean, there was some gore, but it wasn't gruesome. You can watch Saw. You can watch this. I felt like, after I watched it, I felt like I wasted 2 hours. I didn't like the way it ended. I didn't like the story. It's one of those, like, in my heart, I should have just turned it off and saved myself some time and just annoyance. I don't recommend you watch it. I really don't. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's a good one, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Okay, so this one I'm recommended 100%. I'm just gonna let you know right now. This one is Winchester, and I had seen this several times. I think I watched it on Netflix. I may have watched it on Prime, but I've seen it several times. Just the movie poster grabbed me, and I was like, that looks good. You know, it looks scary. It looks like a horror film, which I'm all about. But then I'd read the description, and I was like, yeah, no. It just, I don't know, something about the description. I was like, I'll pass. So let me read that to you, and then I'll tell you what I think. This is about a house that was built by Sarah Winchester, who's played by Helen Mirren, great actress. And it had 24/7 construction going on, like continually rooms being built, being torn down. It was like mania of Winchester. Oh, the reason that I was deterred when I read the description, it was about guns. Like, I just thought Winchester was the name. No, it's like Winchester guns. So that was kind of, I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is a gun thing. And that turned me off. Forget the guns. I mean, it has to do with guns, but like, just forget that part. So this lady, like I said, she's on a never-ending quest. She's just keeps building onto this house, day and night construction. And then as soon as they build a room, they were like tearing it down. And the business part of the Winchester, they were like, this lady is crazy. She can't be in charge. We need to have her, you know, deemed unfit so she can't control this company. So they hire a doctor of her choosing, actually. They hire a doctor to come and observe her and give them his professional opinion on, like, is she stable? Man, is she crazy? So as soon as he gets there, some things start happening, like paranormal, things like that. And he is taking some illicit drugs. So he's not sure if it's the drugs or what. But basically, this lady is like, hey, you tell him what you want, but I want you to stay in this house. See what I see. Let me tell you the truth, and then you can, you know, say I'm crazy or not. I don't want to tell you too much other than that, because I don't want to give away. But it's a good one. It is one that will leave you like, say what? Okay. But it's really good, and it's neat that it is based on a true story. I don't think the property is still standing, but, and I don't necessarily know that the ghost side of it is part of the true story, but I know the home of Never Ending Construction is. But it's still good. It's a good watch. If you like paranormal, mystery, that kind of, it was a good one, and it was dark a little bit. A couple jump scares, but overall, totally recommend. 100%. Next one is one that we picked on Netflix just kind of randomly. It's an older movie. I'm not sure exactly what year, but it's not like a recent release or anything like that. And it's Man on a Ledge. And it is exactly what it sounds like. So it starts out with this man seemingly goes berserk, goes out on a ledge, and is threatening to jump. And all while this is happening, some other events are taking place that may be connected to this act or thing that's happening. But it is a really good one. It's a good suspense movie. It's got action in it, but I don't know if I'd call it an action, more of a suspense is what I'd call it. But it was really good. It was definitely don't take your eyes off the screen kind of movie. Like, you might miss something, but it was good. Me and my husband both liked it, and my mom watched it, and she enjoyed it too. So it's a good one. It's a very heart-pounding one. Okay, another one I don't recommend. off the bat. It's the movie 7500. I think we watched this on Prime. And the reason I don't recommend is because it was boring. It's boring as shit. Again, with the actors tricking me. What is his name? It has Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it, who's a good actor. Like, I like a lot of his movies. This one was not one of them. And it's not his acting. I don't fault him. I just fault the storyline. Didn't like it. This is a plane movie, which is another reason why I watched it. I like plane movies. You know, I find them nerve-wracking on their own. I've only been on a plane. I've been on a plane 4 times. But I think plane movies are just intense on their own and a little bit just scary. So I was like, yeah, let's watch this. And it's a hijacking. But it was so boring. So boring. Not even just the movie, but the acting, the ending, I don't recommend, because it was another one of those. I was like, we just wasted 2 hours of our time sitting here watching this movie. My husband didn't like it either. Stay away. Even if you like plane movies, it's not good. This one is an action thriller, and it is Last Seen Alive. It's on Netflix, and it stars Gerard Butler. Another one of my favorites. Pretty much anything he's in, I will watch, even though they're all basically the same. And this one was good. I really liked it. I give it a 4 out of 5. So this follows a man who takes the law into his own hands after his wife just disappears at a gas station. And yeah, that's about all I can say without giving it away. So this man and his wife, you know, they're in a car, and right off the bat, you know, they're having trouble. She's going to her parents. He's driving her, and they stop at a gas station. When she goes in while he's pumping, and then she comes out, he sees her, and then someone calls to her, and she walks over, and then a big truck pulls in, and the truck pulls out, and all of a sudden she's gone. And that's where the movie, like, gets going. So basically the whole movie is him, like, trying to be like, hey man, I didn't do this to my wife. I come to you for help, to the police. Like, help me find her. Quit asking me all these questions. I didn't take her, but let's find out who did. And he just thinks they're being too slow and too, like, up in his grill when they need to be out searching for his wife. So he just decides to take matters into his own hands to find out where she is, what's happened to her. And, you know, a lot of action ensues. It's really good. I mean, it's one of those, like, was he in on it? Did he do this? Who did it? You know, it was a good one. It was a good whodunit. Really liked it. I have recommended. I give it a 4 out of 5, like I said. Okay, so this is going to be the last one I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be Megan. It's a new release. We just went and seen it in the theaters, and I loved it. Loved it. So this one is a horror sci-fi thriller. Again, it's just released. We watched it in the theaters. So this is about a robotics engineer at a toy company who builds a lifelike doll that begins to take on a life of its own. Think Chucky updated. So not possessed, but AI, which is completely scary and totally, like, not necessarily realistic, but, like, yeah, that could probably happen, you know, with the way technology is going. So yeah, so this little girl, her parents die, so she has to move in with another family member, and the family member works at the toy company. She makes these toys, and this is already in her wheelhouse of, like, what she's trying to come up with, but she needs to perfect it. And then this little girl comes to live with her, so she was like, oh, that's the perfect, like, test opportunity. She's sad, she needs a friend. I need some more information for my lifelike toy. Let's pair them up. And then that's what she does. And so the movie, Megan is essentially her protector, and she takes that a little too far for an AI toy. So It's really good. I really liked it. I'd watch it again. I've recommended it already. Um, it was, I'm really happy that I went to the theater to watch it. Like, I don't think we wasted our time or our money because, you know, movies are expensive these days. It's really good, and I will watch it again. And I'm predicting here and now that every little girl will be dressed as Megan for this Halloween. I just can see it now, can see it happening, and I look forward to seeing all of them. So yeah, that's gonna be the last one I talk about today. I have a full list of movies to talk about, but you know, I gotta say some for the next time. So I'm gonna finish up my face and I'll be right back. So that's gonna wrap it up for this week's recently watched. Like I said, I still have a list of movies to talk about. And I'm not a professional movie reviewer or movie critic or anything like that. This is just me recommending movies, or not recommended, just like I would to family and friends, you know. So just having a little chit chat about the movies that I've watched recently. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you come back next week for another one. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.